Narcissistic people don't actually move on. What they do is they pretend to move on. They're all about self-image, and they're all about gaining that validation from those around them. Therefore, a narcissistic person will sell people an illusion, a false belief, a false idea that they are either over somebody, an ex, or they are really into somebody new. They will often be selling all the dreams they once sold to the ex, to the new supply. As they know that this works, they know that they can butter up the new supply to get the validation that they need from that new supply about just how amazing and wonderful they are, and that they can also punish an ex for not serving them by delivering the dreams that they promised to the ex to somebody new, especially if they can get their enablers or flying monkeys to let the ex know, or they can plaster their social media to let the ex know. Nobody falls in love faster than a narcissist who needs a place to live, needs enablers and flying monkeys to back up their story, needs that validation of how amazing they are, needs a babysitter for their children, needs to show to the world that they're not the one with the problem. Narcissistic people do not take responsibility for their behaviour. What narcissistic people do is find a scapegoat to blame for their behaviour, and then look to sell people an illusion as to why the narcissist wasn't the problem. What you will find with narcissistic people is they fall in love very, very quickly, yet they are often incapable of that long-term commitment, that long-term relationship. They're shifting from partner to partner to partner to cover up their lies, to get that validation. When it comes to the majority of narcissistic people, as some narcissistic people can hold down a long-term relationship, not all narcissistic people cheat. However, those who move from one relationship to the next cannot hold down a genuine relationship. They pretend to move on to try to prove to the outside world that they're not the problem. And some narcissistic people enjoy explaining and letting everybody know just how many partners they can get, rather than actually building a genuine connection with somebody. So most narcissists that do move on pretend to move on in order to get their needs met.